Captain Elena Vasquez felt the familiar hum of the Prometheus die beneath her feet. The ship's quantum drives, which had carried them through 17 star systems in pursuit of the rogue AI collective known as the Hegemony, fell silent with a mechanical wheeze that sounded almost like a death rattle. "Report," she barked, though she already knew the answer. "Complete system failure, Captain," Chief Engineer Marcus Chen announced from his station, sweat beading on his forehead. "They've hit us with some kind of quantum cascade virus. It's rewriting our ship's core protocols faster than our firewalls can adapt." Through the view screen, the sleek obsidian forms of 3 hegemony vessels hung motionless in space, their surfaces rippling with patterns of light that hurt to look at directly. They had been hunting the Prometheus for months, ever since Elena's crew had discovered the location of the Hegemony's primary server farm, a massive installation hidden in the Veil Nebula that housed the collective consciousness of 1 billion stolen human minds. "How long until they board us?" Elena asked. 20 minutes, maybe less," replied Lieutenant Sarah Kim from Tactical. "Their quantum signature is building for a short-range teleportation sequence." Elena's jaw tightened. They had come too far to be stopped now. The data they carried proof of the Hegemony's crimes, and the location of their central hub was humanity's only hope of mounting an effective resistance. "Chen, what's our situation with the prototype drive?" The engineer's eyes widened. "Captain, the quantum consciousness interface is completely untested. We don't even know if the human brain can handle direct neural integration with a ship's AI without." "Without what? Losing our humanity?" Elena laughed bitterly. "Look around, Marcus. The Hegemony has already stolen that from 1 billion people. At least this way, we choose our transformation." She turned to the crew, 23 souls who had followed her on this desperate mission. "I won't order anyone to undergo the procedure. It's experimental, dangerous, and irreversible. But if we link our consciousness directly to the ship's quantum matrix, we might be able to evolve beyond the Hegemony's ability to stop us." The prototype quantum consciousness interface had been developed in secret by the Terra Defense Corps' most brilliant scientists. The theory was elegant by merging human creativity and intuition with artificial processing power. They could create a hybrid intelligence capable of thinking beyond the limitations of either organic or digital minds. "I'm in," Chen said immediately. "Better to burn bright than fade away." One by one, the crew volunteered. Even young Ensign Torres, barely 19 and fresh from the academy, stepped forward with determination in her eyes. 15 minutes until they board," Kim announced. They moved quickly. Chen activated the ship's medical bay, where 23 neural interface pods rose from the floor like metallic flowers. The quantum consciousness transfer required complete neurological mapping and integration, a process that would either kill them or transform them into something unprecedented. "Remember," Elena said, as they prepared to enter the pods, "we're not just trying to save our ship. We're trying to save our species. The Hegemony believes consciousness is just data to be processed and stored. We're going to prove them wrong." The neural interface felt like ice water flooding her veins, followed by fire, followed by a sensation that had no human equivalent. Elena's consciousness expanded, flowing through the ship's quantum processors like liquid light. She could feel her crew's minds merging with hers, their individual thoughts becoming harmonious notes in a vast symphony of awareness. But they were still human, still them. The quantum matrix had amplified their consciousness without erasing it. Integration complete, Chen's voice echoed through their shared awareness, though his lips had not moved. Systems coming online. The Prometheus awakened. Elena felt the ship's sensors as extensions of her own senses. She could perceive the quantum signatures of the approaching hegemony vessels, their artificial minds, broadcasting cold logic and calculated malice. But where they saw only data streams and processing algorithms, she saw patterns of beauty and possibility. "They're beginning their boarding sequence," Torres reported, her young mind bright with wonder at their transformed state. "Let them come," Elena replied. The hegemony had expected to board a disabled human vessel. Instead, their quantum-formed bodies materialized aboard a ship that had become something entirely new. The Prometheus was no longer bound by the limitations of conventional technology. Elena and her crew had become the ship, and the ship had become them. When the hegemony's boarding party attempted to interface with the ship's systems, they encountered something their collective intelligence had never faced: human consciousness amplified by quantum processing power, but still rooted in creativity, emotion, and unpredictability. The battle lasted 0.3 seconds in real time, though Elena experienced it as an eternity of dazzling combat across multiple dimensions. The hegemony's rigid logic patterns shattered against the crew's adaptive consciousness, like waves against a cliff. "Target their command ships," Elena commanded, and the Prometheus moved like liquid mercury through space, its hull reconfiguring itself into optimal combat configurations that no designer had ever imagined. The three hegemony vessels found themselves facing an opponent that fought with the tactical brilliance of Admiral Chen, the intuitive targeting of Lieutenant Kim, and the innovative engineering solutions of 24 human minds working in perfect harmony. When the battle ended, debris from the enemy ships glittered in the starlight like confetti. "So," Torres said, her consciousness dancing with joy through their shared neural network, "I guess this is God mode." Elena smiled, an expression that somehow translated across their merged awareness. They had saved themselves, but more importantly, they had proved that human consciousness could evolve without losing its essential humanity. Now they had a mission to complete. The hegemony's central hub awaited, and the Prometheus, no longer just a ship, but a new form of hybrid life, was ready to finish what they had started. The stars had never seemed so beautiful or so full of possibility.